So, as expected, Giants fans, you finally get what you want. You finally shed all that dead weight and firing Ben McAdoo, Ben McAdoo, a.k.a. Ben McAdoo, and your GM, Jerry freaking Reese. Now, this has been a long time coming, but hey, with 4 games left in the season, I felt, the Maras up there, the ownership group, finally had enough and said, hey, we got to let these guys go. The season is a loss, and now we have to move forward to the future. So, the reports say that both of these guys are finally out the door. And not only both guys are out the door, Eli will be conveniently slated to start back in his normal starting position up against my Dallas Cowboys in Sunday's game. Wow. That just tells you how terrible Ben McAdoo was as a head coach. He basically sat Eli Manning, placed Geno Smith in out of spite. I'm telling you, in my opinion, I think that Ben McAdoo shivved, like gel shivved Eli Manning in the ribs on his way out the door. He said, hey, you know what? Before I give, he knew the writing was on the wall. He knew his ass was grass. He knew that. He said, you know what? Before I leave, Eli, I got a little something for you. You know that little starting streak that you got, that you feel so proud about, that you got in your back pocket? Well, you know what? I'm going to fleece you of that before I leave this building. And that's what he did. Because now Eli will be back in the starting lineup as the starting quarterback for the New York Football Giants. So, it leads me to believe that McAdoo benched Eli this past weekend just out of spite. Just because, hey, I don't want to blame myself. This is McAdoo. I don't want to blame myself for the issues. I'm supposed to be this offensive guru. This is the reason why I was hired in the first place, which I disagreed with when it happened. But I'm not going to put any blame on myself. I'm not going to put blame on myself the fact that last year we had a really good team, but I couldn't figure out a way for us to score more than 20 points a game. I'm not going to put that on. That's not on me. Oh, no. That's not on me. I'm not going to put the blame on myself for not having us prepared during game 1 of this season, where you took a disrespectful jab at the Dallas Cowboys, who won the division. Yes, we lost. I say we because, full disclosure, I am a Cowboys fan. Guilty as charged. But he took a swipe at the Cowboys game 1 of the season. Granted, they beat the Cowboys twice last year. They was very close games. But you got to show a little bit more respect, being that, last season wasn't all that great. And then you coming in game 1 on the road at Jerry's World against the division champ, Dallas Cowboys. The whole season started off bad. And it all started really, too, with Jerry Reese. Jerry Reese was really, as bad as McAdoo was as a head coach, a bulk of the blame can arguably go to Jerry Reese, because Jerry Reese was just inept when it came to his job and his duties. He just was so ill-equipped when it came to giving this team what they truly needed. And that was more help at the offensive line position and a freaking running back, which he didn't do this past offseason in the draft, which is just mind-numbing to me. As a Cowboys fan, I loved it. I said, oh, great, Jerry Reese. Thank you again for another gift. And he gave us another gift. And it proved to really hurt the team because Eli is aging. He's lost, maybe a couple steps. And when you got a guy who is aging, who's lost a couple steps, he needs that help. It's apparent that you help him at the offensive line position and give him some kind of running back to alleviate a pass rush. But Jerry Reese didn't do that. He didn't do it at all. And then the rest is history. As you can see, the New York Football Giants are 2-10. That's incredible. Now, I know the Cowboys isn't having a great season, but you know what? They're still 6-6. And a lot of stuff has went wrong in Valley Ranch. But they're still 6-6. For that type of drop when it comes from in the Giants. Speaking of the Giants, for them to have that kind of drop to where they are today is just, it's astonishing to me. There was nothing else to gain for this season. You benched Eli Manning for Geno freaking Smith. Geno Smith. Not that, that third round pick that you guys picked up in Webb. You didn't even give him a start, which was just mind boggling to me, because it's like, okay, we know nothing's happening this year. Let's see what this kid has that we drafted in this past off season, and let's just see what he has. But nope, we're gonna start Geno Smith. It is what it is, I guess. But Giants fans, hopefully this is a new beginning for you guys. I know it's been a rough season, and you know what? I will say this: you guys will have a better season next year. I mean, the NFC East is notorious for these types of seasons, these weird anomaly type of seasons where a team could be a division leader or a team that went to the playoffs and then just crap the bed the next season. I mean, we're doing it now. We, meaning Dallas Cowboys, crapping the bed right now. 13-3, now we're 6-6. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dallas Cowboys finish 8-8 again. If we finish 8-8, that'll be Jason Garrett's 4th season finishing 8-8. The guy's a 500 coach. Why he's still head coaching, who knows? I cut a whole video about why Jason Garrett is still the coach and why, we are in the situations we're in. Please watch that. It's about Jerry Jones, and that's on the channel. But anyway, back to the Giants. Now it'll be interesting to see what comes from this. Will Eli survive after this season? Will they go to draft their next quarterback of the future? Which they'll be in position to do that now, being that they are, 2-10. I mean, there's 4 more games left. I don't even think that they'll beat the Cowboys coming up either. So, now we're into tank mode. So it'll be interesting to see what comes from this after the season. Coach Spagnuolo of the defense will be the interim coach. Will he be looked at to pick up the reins? Because he does have some kind of head coaching experience. We don't know. We don't know who will be the GM in the future. We don't know anything. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on. And, hey. Nah. Hey. Goodbye. Ben McAdoo.